महेश्वासो महीभर्ता श्रीनिवासः सतां गतिः अनिरुद्धः सुरानन्दो गोविन्दो गोविदां पतिः महेश्वासो महीभर्ता महेश्वासो महीभर्ता महेश्वासो महीभर्ता श्रीनिवासः सतां गतिः श्रीनिवासः सतां गतिः श्रीनिवासः सतां गतिः अनिरुद्धः सुरानन्दो अनिरुद्धः सुरानन्दो अनिरुद्धः सुरानन्दो गोविन्दो गोविदां पतिः गोविन्दो गोविदां पतिः गोविन्दो गोविदां पतिः महेश्वासो महीभर्ता श्रीनिवासः सतां गतिः अनिरुद्धः सुरानन्दो गोविन्दो गोविदां पतिः. In this shloka number 20, we have 8 names from 181 to 188. The 181st nama is Maheshvasah. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Maheshvasaya Namaha. As per dictionary, the meaning is great archer. This is a compound word representing Mahat for supreme or great, and Ishu for arrows, and Asaha for discharger. Lord Vishnu wields a bow called Saranga. As a direct reference, one who wields the great bow called Saranga and one who is a great archer is Maheshvasaha. In spiritual path, what we prescribe is viewing the great archer as one who seldom misses the targets or objectives. There is a small story that is shared in tradition for us to contemplate. I am making it contemporary. A person was running a marathon and was easily winning. The victory would give him a medal, a prize money of $1,000, and some recognition. On the way, he saw a bag with money on the side of the road. He stops to step down and pick the bag up. He counts, there was $2,000 in the bag. By the time he got back to Marathon, others had overtaken and he lost the race. The one who came first was honored with the medal and a prize money of $1,000. Question you need for contemplation is, did he win or lose that day? When meditating, this is the thought that we need to have upon the Nama Maheshvasaha. The 182nd Nama is Mahibharta. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Mahibhartre Namaha. A similar Nama, Bharta, was seen in shloka number 4, taking the meaning of one who sustains or preserves the world's existence. Mahi means earth. Bhartr means maintain, bear, preserve, support, etc. Bharta also means husband. The value attributed to God is one who bears and supports the existence and helps preserve the earth. An alternate attribution is one who is the husband of Mother Earth. Note that Mother Earth is seen as the Swarup of Lakshmi, the consort of Lord Vishnu. So, a direct reference. Pauranically, taking Varaha avatar, Bhagavan bore the earth, rescuing it from Hiranyaksha. This should be taken as a Pauranic reference for this Nama. The value to meditate is that we take earth as the base and our mind does not realize that even the earth is supported by some system or force as science sees it, or something beyond. The concept that supports this is God, and hence he is called Mahibharta. The 183rd Nama is Srinivasah. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Srinivasaya Namaha. This Nama comes again in Shloka number 65. Abode of wealth is the meaning for this word as per dictionary. Shri has the meanings wealth, prosperity, and also the goddess of wealth, Shri Mahalakshmi. Shankaracharya shares his anubhavam as Yasya Vakshasi Anapayini Shri Vasatihi Saha Srinivasah. Vakshasi refers to the chest or bosom or the heart, and Anapayini. This is derived from An, which negates, and Apayini, departing, perishing, separating, as in one who does not depart, one who is eternally present, inseparable. So, the value that we attribute on Bhagavan is one in whose heart resides the never perishable goddess of wealth and prosperity. The intricate value in this is to realize that all glory, wealth and power resides in the heart, but our buddhi seeks them outside. This is referred to as Apayini, as in the Shrihi in our heart depletes. With God, the Shri eternally stays without any depletion, and hence he is called Srinivasah. The 184th Nama is Satam Gatihi. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Satam Gataye Namaha. The Nama occurs again in Shloka number 48. Other Namas that align to this are Muktanam Paramagatihi, which we saw in Shloka number 2, and we will be seeing Gati Sattamaha in Shloka number 60 and Sadgatihi in Shloka number 75. There are some traditions that see the Nama Chaturgatihi in Shloka number 82 attributing similar values. Satam refers to those pursuing Sattvic way of life. Gatihi means destination. For this Nama, Shankaracharya expresses his anubhavam as Satam Vaidikanam Sadhunam Purushartha Sadhana Hetuhu. So instead of calling it destination, Acharya pronounces it as Purushartha Sadhana Hetuhu. Hetuhu means means. Purushartha means the purpose of life, which is classified as Dharmam, Artham, Kamam and Moksham. Sadhana refers to the instruments that enables one to achieve. In spirituality, the emphasis we give is that we have two purposes in life. One, to elevate and attain liberation or moksha, and the other is our responsibility, which is Purushartha. Often people pursuing the path of moksha consider the life pursuits as secondary. Life pursuits are equally important, is one of the most important values that we meditate upon when contemplating on this Nama Satam Gatihi. The 185th Nama is Aniruddha. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Aniruddhaya Namaha. This Nama will occur again in Shloka number 68. As per dictionary, there are several meanings associated with this Nama. Rope for fastening cattle, son of Pradyumna, spy, self-willed, unobstructed, uncontrollable are the meanings that we have. For this nama, Shankaracharya gives his anubhavam as na kena api pradurbhaveshu niruddhaha, because there is none with ill intentions who has been able to stop or control the influence of Bhagavan. Hence, he is called Aniruddhaha. Lord Krishna is given as an example. The demon Kamsa wanted Lord Krishna killed even from before his birth. He sent several demons to kill Lord Krishna but failed. In terms of the value for meditation, contemplate on the truth that I am unstoppable. Hurdles that I face are inevitable and more often necessary for my welfare. I remain unstoppable. The 186th nama is Suranandaha. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Suranandaya Namaha. The nama Anandaha as the root will be seen in shloka number 56. As per dictionary, the meaning of the word Suranandaha is joy of the gods. Anandam or bliss is the swaroop of Paramatma. All Jivan, demigods living in the upper worlds or even in the lower worlds, the Asuras, derive the Ananda as an Amsha, as a small portion, a denominator of the unlimited Ananda Swarupam, which is God. Hence, he is called Suranandaha. The 187th nama is Govindaha. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Govindaya Namaha. This nama occurs again in shloka number 58. Generally, Govindaha refers to one who is the protector of the cows. Cow symbolizes wealth, sustenance and purity. And thus the term Go also refers to earth, Vedas and the senses. As protector of cow, the reference is direct, be it in terms of Lord Krishna's life in Gokul or specifically to the instance when Bhagavan saves the cows and people by providing shelter under Govardhana mountain. He is called Govindaha. Shankaracharya gives 3 references for this nama. The first reference is a quote from Mahabharata which comes in Shanti Parva. Herein, Lord Vishnu himself declares that because he retrieved the earth hidden in a cave, Devas called him Govindaha. Dharaneem Avindad is the way he says. And the other 2 references are based on quote from Harivamsha. First, where Lord Indra praises Lord Krishna and says, I am the Indra of demigods and you are the Indra of the cows on earth. Hence, you will be cherished with the name Govinda. This comes as Aham Kilendro Devanam. The second is where Gau is used to refer to Vani, a reference to the Vedas in the context. And because it is from Bhagavan that the Vedas were obtained, the demigods and people call him Govinda. We take this as the value for meditation upon this nama. In Harivamsha, it goes like Gaureshu tu yato vani tam cha vindayate bhavan Govindastu tato devaha manubhihi kathyate bhavan. Basically, Vedic chanting in appropriate chandas improves all our expressions. All as in expressions that one makes through speech, thought and body. The chanting not only helps us to ascend towards realizing the self, but also helps with sharpening our intellect and becoming a better social being. This is an important value to contemplate, as there have been scientific experiments that asserts that chanting of Veda significantly contributes to regulating your mind. The 188th Nama is Govidam Patihi. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Govidam Pataye Namaha. The value attribution carries from the previous Nama. Gau, as we saw, refers to Vedas. Vid refers to one who has learned the essence of. Pati refers to one who is a protector, lord, or the leader. The value attributed to God is that Lord Vishnu is uniquely and distinctly the Lord of those who rely on speech and wisdom. In spiritual path, there are two attributions. One, an emphasis that Bhagavan is the source of all knowledge, and all knowledge eventually only lead up to him. 2. While Veda indeed helps us, the devotion to God should not be compromised. No matter what you pursue to learn, if it takes you away from God, you are either being misled or you are not learning the subject properly.